Hello and thank you for joining the webcast today. My name is Miguel Fontanez, Director, Housing Voucher Financial Management Division. With me today are FMD Financial Analysts Andrea Benjamin and Thomas Finn. They will be helping me with the presentation. As many of you know, PIH Notice 2017-06 was published on March 23, 2017, and it provides an update on cash management requirements for housing agencies administering the Housing Choice Voucher Program. The topics we're going to cover today are a little bit of background on cash management, the purpose of this Notice 2017-06, OMB control of disbursement of funds requirement, how we are determining disbursements and reconciliations for the PHAs administering the Housing Choice Voucher Program. I'm going to touch a little bit on program reserves and RMP balances, and the integration of the moving to work agencies in the reconciliation process. At the end of the presentation, we're going to do a walkthrough to the new and revised enclosure or reconciliation enclosure. As a matter of background, back in 2005 or prior to 2005, HAP determination of need was based on budget submissions, and reconciliations were based on year-end settlements. In calendar year 2005, we modified that determination of need, and we started dispersing to your housing agency 1/12 of your renewal eligibility on a monthly basis. We allowed PHAs to retain unspent funds in your bank account, and those funds were restricted for HAP purposes prospectively. What happened is that accumulation of reserves occurred during that period, and Congress mandated offset from those reserves in 2008, 2009, and 2012. To ensure we minimize those mandated offsets and to be more compliant with OMB requirements, we issued the Notice 2011-67, which provide cash management guidance for housing agencies administering the Section 8 program or Housing Choice Voucher Program. So effective January 2012, we started utilizing that methodology, which entails disbursement based on actual costs and leasing trend, and also implementing reconciliations, comparing budget authority and expenses, and also reestablishing program reserves. At that time, we did not include moving to work agencies in the reconciliation process, but we did include moving to work agencies in the disbursement methodology. So what's the purpose of this Notice 2017-06? First, to incorporate moving to work in the reconciliation process. You will hear a little bit more in detail from Andrea Benjamin on that topic. And we were able to, because we were able to add new fields in BMS to capture non-HAP expenses, which was the piece that we didn't have back in 2012. We have expanded the determination of need by also including a front load, automatically providing a front load of funds if we determine that your need, in addition to other adjustment, was not sufficient and probably in excess of your obligation for that month. Because we were able to reduce RMP balances across the nation to immaterial amounts, we have also, and with this notice we clarify that, we have reduced the number of reconciliations throughout the year to twice a year. So we run interim reconciliation in June 30th, and we run a calendar year and final reconciliation for all housing agencies. So basically, 2017-06 replaces Notice 2011-67, which was approximately 5 or 6 years old. Let's talk about control of disbursement of funds. So what's behind our cash management requirements, or what actually triggered that we implemented cash management procedures? OMB is the trigger. We needed to ensure that HUD was dispersing funds to housing agencies three ways. There was three requirements. First, the PHA did not receive funds before they are actually needed. Second, the disbursement were commensurate with immediate need. And finally, the excess balances that PHA did not spend were promptly returned to Treasury. So with the issuance of Notice 27-1167 back in 2012, that was the idea, to ensure that we were meeting those requirements. What have we done to get in compliance with those requirements? We have scheduled disbursement, or we have continued to schedule disbursement effective on the first of the month for all housing agencies. Because we don't have real-time data, we have also added a margin, because we're using BMS expenses from prior month, and to ensure that any costs that happen from that month through the future period that we're trying to determine the need for, we added a 2% or 3% margin to that base. And that 2 or 3% is based on a leasing trend. We look at how PHAs are doing across the nation, and we acknowledge that this policy is not a one-size-fits-all policy, but it's been working for across the nation. It has limited the number of front-load requests from housing agencies to the Financial Management Center. We have also, in certain circumstances, added an automatic front-load when the determined need is above your total obligation for that month. We have selected the higher of. So in calendar year 17, for example, where the estimated prorated eligibility was at 95%, funds were obligated to your housing agency at that level. If the need was higher because your calendar year 2016 expenses were at a higher rate, we have selected the higher, and we have automatically issued a front-load fund from your available funds. In addition to that, we have kept the option that you can still come back to the Financial Management Center, talk to your financial analyst, and request a front-load, an additional front-load. So I want to caveat that all the front-loads have to be fully documented. So when I say fully documented, it means that you need to ensure that you have enough information, leasing and expense data, for those months that are not yet in VMS, and that you have PHA projected HAP expenses also available. Front loads are always subject to availability of funds. So if we have budget authority available for you, either our program reserve as hot held reserves, we will make sure that you receive additional funding if after we have analyzed the information provided. We also confirm that you don't have any PHA held balances or RMP balances. If you have an amount in your bank account, we will offset that amount, and that will compel you to use cash that you have available first in lieu of giving you new budget authority. So what is the base of the HAP disbursement? Well, we have selected the latest BMS expenses reported in the voucher management system. We always look for the latest month reported at the time of the HAP need determination. We ensure that your funds are dispersed to your housing agency, and that deposit happens on the first of the month. And that timing ensures that we have not given you funds in anticipation of your actual need or immediate HAP disbursement. We have also modified the methodology by selecting the last month of actual and validated expenses rather than the average of the last 3 months like we did back in 2013 and 14. Since 2015, we've been using the latest BMS data, or the latest month of BMS data. And we continue to announce at least 3 or 4 months in advance, so you have enough opportunity to come back to the Financial Management Center to request additional front loads, and to give you also a better forecasting tool, for lack of a better word, because you will know how much money you will get. You will know how much in reserve you still have as well. And you will be able to manage those leasing opportunities that you may have in your community. Although we announced this 3 or 4 months in advance. I want to make sure that you understand the disbursement will always happen on the first of the month. You will not get a lump sum for those 4 months at once. The funding announcement also include any adjustments for HAP, excess HAP that you have and were reported to you in the latest cash reconciliation. So you will see that we have determined your need for each month. If there's any excess, some of those months will be reduced by that amount, and that compels you to use HAP that you have available first. At this point, I want to pass it to Tom, who's going to cover the new requirements on reconciliations. Tom, take it over.
Thank you, Miguel. I'm going to cover the 2-year or twice-a-year reconciliation first. And the cash reconciliation process is a critical component within the cash management. It ensures that the limited funds which are held by the PHA resulting from prepaid advances in excess of expenses are identified and returned to HUD reserves, HHR, on behalf of each PHA. Cash reconciliation occurs twice a year to ensure those limited funds are and prepaid advances less the expenses reported VMS. This is in compliance to notice PIH 2011-67, which requires PHAs to hold limited funds. We review and update the process annually and will communicate any changes to PHAs. Most changes are system related though. Disbursed funds plus other program funds are compared against each PHA's actual expenses and results adjusted for next disbursement. On the interim non-calendar year and reconciliation, any disbursement shortfall will not be added to next disbursement. PHAs may have previously requested additional funds via Frontload or used available cash reserve. At calendar year end, reconciliation HUD will address any shortfalls. Calendar year and final reconciliations include any updates to actual expenses for PHA revised prior VMS expenses reported since last interim reconciliation. HUD determines if PHA has received excess or insufficient advances by comparing HAP disbursements to HAP expenses. In addition with the twice-a-year reconciliation, calendar year and HUD reconciliations will also provide additional payments or offsets to the PHA as needed from current year budget if funds are available. A comparison of PHA disbursed HAP budget, including other program revenues for the year, to HAP actual reported VMS expenses determine PHA's increase or decrease to the ending balance amount and any program reserves at the end of the reconciliation. We also have program reserves and RMP balances. HUD-held reserves, which are abbreviated HHR, and you may hear that term often, are established because HUD is required to disperse funds based on only current HAP cost. HUD-held reserves, excess funds, remain obligated to the PHA and are held by HUD and no longer held by the PHA. The undisbursed obligated funds become HUD-held reserves at the end of each calendar year. The cash management requirements has transitioned PHA restricted net position to HUD-held reserves by compelling the use of RMP first in lieu of dispersed additional budget authority. Miguel?
Thank you, Tom. Yes, in summary, so we have changed the 4 times a year reconciliations to twice a year. We have managed the funds you were holding to immaterial amounts. Thank you for all your cooperation in this effort. We started this process for moving to work in calendar year 2016, and it's been successful. So at this point, I want to pass it to Andrea Benjamin, which is going to talk about the integration of moving to work agencies in the reconciliation process. As I mentioned before, back in 2012, we established procedures for disbursement for them, but reconciliation wasn't part of that, of the new procedures. This is a new procedure for starting calendar year 2016, and it's explained in calendar year 2017 PIH Notice 2017-06. Andrea?
Hello, I'm Andrea, the lead MTW financial analyst. This is the first year MTW PHAs are included in the cash management reconciliation. Like non-MTW PHAs, immediate needs such as landlord payments are paid within 3 days after your financial management center's financial analyst evaluation. The process for disbursements have not changed and are the same as non-MTW PHAs. Disbursements are based on HAP costs reported in VMS, but not automatic. Please continue to request additional disbursements as well as funding for non-HAP eligible expenses through your FMC financial analyst. The cash management reconciliation will include data reported in the new VMS fields in the April 2016 release. The release includes new fields to identify HAP and non-HAP expenses for the reconciliation. The reconciliation will be conducted twice a year, and the enclosures will be sent to the PHAs.
Thank you, Andrea, for that information. At this point, we're going back to Tom Finn to begin the walkthrough over the revised enclosure for non-moving to work agencies, which PHA started receiving in calendar year 2016 with the June 2016 interim reconciliation. It has been slightly revised for the calendar year end reconciliation, but it's only a slight change, and it's related to overleasing. Tom?
Thank you, Miguel. I'm going to walk through the enclosures and what changed for non-MTW. What are the changes to 2016 calendar year end reconciliation? 3 adjustment lines have changed on the enclosure. They are lines 2, 5, and 18. Line 2 is used for a prior period adjustment to held HUD funds as of 12/31/2015. This could be for an overpayment from prior year final reconciliation that did not include the final balance. It is very important to remember that due to HUD receiving final VMS PHA approved actual expenses, usually 45 days at the close of reconciliation period, and reconciliation enclosures then not being released for another 45 days, the ending balance after the release of the enclosure is typically 90 days old. Other example is prior year changes to obligation and disbursements. The line 5 adjustment is used for prior period adjustments to line 4 RMP calculated RMP funds as of 12/31/2015. These are adjustment changes to VMS data for calendar year 2015. These VMS adjustments are limited due to HUD RMP reviews prior to year end, usually capture any changes to prior years. Line 18 are adjustments in the current year for either PHA RMP or HUD held reserves. An example would be any PHA with an amount owed to HUD may have an adjustment that reduces that balance. Changes made to the enclosure include separation of PHA and HUD amounts. This update was to clearly see cash amounts in HUD held reserve and PHA RMP. This actually was done the previous enclosure in June, but is now on the closure going forward. Overlease calculation is in part 4, is where HAP expenses are reduced based on zero and or lowest cost for HAP families for calendar year 2016. Overleasing uses PIC data as of January 28, 2017 as the source data for this calculation.
So basically, the changes, the overlease calculation addition to or change in the enclosure is basically to not make reductions to your HAP amounts by multiplying by the PUC, but we're going to look at PIC information and make sure that if you have 0 HAP families, or we're going to look for the lowest cost that you have for the families you reported in PIC, and we're going to make probably a lower reduction or no reduction at all for overleasing. At this point, I think we can continue with the non-moving to work enclosure. So let's go back to Tom to give us a briefing on the new enclosure. Tom?
All right, thank you, Miguel. The new enclosure, part 1, to walk through each part. Part 1 of the closure HUD is adjusting the beginning balances. This is where we try to state and have the true beginning balance. The beginning balance is adjusted due to various changes in data. mainly in VMS from prior periods. Line 2 and line 5 are those adjustments. Line 7 is the final adjustment to the beginning balance. In part 2 of the enclosure is where we added the funds that are available. Line 8 is the amount from line 7, or 0 if negative, assuming PHA received the funds since the enclosure is 3 months, 90 days old. This includes poor rated renewal eligibility on line 9, also non-renewal funds on line 10, and including fraud recovery and FSS forfeitures on line 11. Line 12 is now a total of all funds available to the PHA for current year reconciliation. We then move to Part 3. Part 3 identifies all the expenditures for the current year or period of the reconciliation. Line 13 are the beginning balances from HUD HHR line 1 and PHA RNP line 6. Line 14 are the obligations. Line 15 are the disbursements. Line 16, allowable HAP expenses from line 25. Line 17, VMS reported fraud and FSS. Line 18, current year adjustments. Line 19, ending year balance for the current year. It's good to note line 19 has any positive amount will be offset and collected by year end. If line 19 is negative, PHA may receive a disbursement if funds are available and not previously received due to timing of this enclosure. Part 4 is the overleasing calculation section of the enclosure. This calculation is to determine if overleased HAP expenses are reduced. The line-by-line detail is on the left in this slide. The next area of the enclosure is the actual VMS reported data for information only. The final area is the comments area where the HUD financial analyst will provide additional information, usually on any adjustments applied to the enclosure. If you have any questions after you receive the enclosure, please contact your HUD financial analyst or the field office point of contact. Back to you, Miguel.
Thank you, Tom. So basically, we have not changed the order of the information we provided before in the prior enclosure format. We have made some modifications to ensure we have segregated what is hot held funds obligated to your housing agencies and what you're holding as of that period of time. First section is what is your beginning balance. And that information comes from the latest enclosure or reconciliation enclosure. If there's any adjustment, because we gave an opportunity to go back to 2015 in the case of 2016, we will record those adjustments there for either hot held reserves or RMP. We get to part 2, which is these are all the funds you have available for 2016, or you had available for 2016 in the case of the calendar year end. Part 3, there's where you will see the change of hot held separated from RMP balances, and that's the section that actually performs the reconciliation. All disbursements sent to your housing agency minus all the expenses that you reported in BMS and any other adjustments for fraud recovery or FSS forfeiture. And part 4 is the overleasing section, which is new for calendar year end, where we will consider whether you have low HAP or zero HAP families that will account for those number of units in overlease. At this point, let's move to Andrea Benjamin, which will provide the same briefing, but for the moving to work agencies. Andrea.
Thank you. As previously stated, 2016 is the first year that MTW PHAs will participate in cash management. The year-end cash management enclosure reconciles April through December 2016 activities to provide PHA and HUD held balances. Part 1 of the MTW enclosure calculated program reserves as of March 31st, 2016. The starting balance is PHA self-reported and confirmed, or balance is determined at QAD review. Part 2 will calculate the total funds available from April through December 2016. It also includes embedded fees for legacy MTW PHAs that have them. Part 3 calculates the PHA and HUD-held balances using the beginning balance, disbursements, and expenses from April through December 2016. It will exclude disbursements made in calendar year 2016 for prior year's needs. Please contact your financial analyst at the FMC, either Jean Reed or Renee Morin, for any questions regarding this enclosure.
Well, thank you, Andrea, for that information. This is the first year moving to work agencies are included in the reconciliation process, as Andrea mentioned. They were being dispersed based on the current cash management methodology. However, reconciliation, this is the first time we do it. Thanks to that, we have been able to move all the significant level of reserve down to immaterial amounts. So we want to say thank you to all the moving to work agencies and non-moving to work agencies for continuing to work with the FMD on that effort. This concludes the cash management update for this time. We want to say thank you again for all the housing agencies, industry groups, all the Housing Choice Voucher staff in headquarters and the field for all the work you do related to the Housing Choice Voucher program and serving the low-income families in your community. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.